Okay guys, so welcome back to another video. Today, once again, it's also something a little bit different back in Terraria. So we're going to be doing a little tutorial on how to beat the Moonlord. I know that I'm wearing post-Moonlord gear, like with solar armor and the Zenith and stuff like that. But that's just because I've had it for so long that I almost forgot how to not use them. So this is what I'm going to be using, just as a little
Cheddar
tutorial.
cheese.
And I accidentally killed one of the cultists. But yeah, the reason I'm starting off here is because if you didn't already know, in order to fight Moonlord, you have to kill the cultist to spawn in the lunatic cultist.
I thought you had to kill all three or all four of them.
I did. And then whenever you're there, you have to kill the lunatic cultist. As you can see, I just have the Zenith, so I'm just melting him. But be careful, because typically this fight would be really difficult. I did beat it first try, but I was using the what's it called? I was using the hatchet, I forgot the exact name of it, but the hatchet that can lock on to objects. You'll either want to use that or the spell that can be dropped by Duke Fishron, because once again that is a homing object. But after that happens, as you can see on my map, these pillars will spawn in, and then you have to go and take out the pillars, which shouldn't take too long. This might take a little while, say 5 minutes, or maybe even 10 in some cases. But like I said, I have the Zenith. I'm in 1.14, so, or 1.4, so down below you have the boss health bars. If you are in 1.4 and playing on a computer, then down below the blue health bar, or I think it's always blue, I may be mistaken, but that's the amount of monsters that you have to kill. And then whenever that's all done, then the shields go down for the boss itself, and then you can just take it out. But yeah, like I said, these bosses do have quite a bit of HP. Like, say this guy has 800, so each of them, and this one has 1,000. So all of them, they're not easy. So you have to look out for them.
I thought they were just regular mobs, not
No.
not bosses.
They're not bosses. They're just they're sort of mini bosses in their own weird way. Yeah, you have to take on a lot of sort of downgraded mini bosses to do this. But if you have the Possessed Hatchet, I believe that's the name of it, or really any other like overpowered really good weapon, then this fight shouldn't take too long at all. And then after this has happened, then you can simply just take out the pillar. It will drop this one in particular will drop vortex fragments. You will want to pick them up, however I have no use for them, so I'm just going to leave them there. And I'm going to rush on to the...
Oh, by the way, all the armors and weapons are the exact same.
I'm going to rush on to the Nebula pillar. All of the pillars, their drops can be used for different things. So like the solar one can be used for melee. I believe the Nebula can be used for mana, or magic. The one that I just took out, the Vortex I believe it was, is used for ranged and used to make like the Phantasm bow and like a laser gun I believe it is, or something like that. Can be used to make those. And the last one, let's see, what is the last one? Stardust. I think that, I don't remember exactly what the Stardust was for. Oh yes, Stardust was for, I think it's called the Spawner class. But yeah, all of their gear are different. The weapons and the pickaxes and stuff, there's no difference between all of them. But, like...
That's what I just said.
No, there is a difference, but there's no difference between the pickaxes. However, there's a big difference between the armors. So say the orange armor, once again I forgot what it was, solar armor, it will have a very high defense, but it won't help you at all really whenever you're using ranged weapons. The nebula armors don't have that much defense, and they give you very, very strong buffs when you are using the magical items. And also its special ability, if you're wearing a full set of it, it will spawn in, whenever you deal damage to something, it will spawn in these little sort of, actually I can show you what it does right here. As you can see, I have a little bit of everything. I'm going to switch over to the Nebula set so that way I can show you what this does. Personally, the Nebula is my favorite set because it can really help you out if you want to use like magic stuff, like say the last prism. As you can see right here, it can make you use it longer, and it also drops these little crystals sort of things.
My eyes!
Which can help a lot in some cases. And thanks to the new update, I should have been paying attention to my health. That's fine, because I can just come back. And thanks to the new update,
There's a countdown now?
I believe that they made it so that way you use less mana. But that's just what I think. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch back over to the solar armor. So that I can have some higher defense. And I'm not taking on these monsters that come and basically, or essentially bull rush me. Okay, there we go. But yeah, the weapons that you can craft from the Nebula is stuff like the, let's see, what is this called? The Nebula Blaze Gauntlet, which is actually pretty cool. Whenever you use it, it does drain mana pretty fast, but at the same time, it shoots all these sort of rockets sort of things out of the gauntlet, and it allows you to hit multiple enemies at the same time pretty much because it shoots out so many, and each of them do, I think, over 100, if not around 80 damage. So pretty decent.
Show us where the other pillar is.
That's where I'm headed.
Please.
Let's see. Yes, this is a solar pillar. Arguably the toughest pillar of them all. It has a lot of melee characters, and it also wants to prevent you from flying by these crawldipedes. Whenever you fly, they'll ram into you, dealing, even with beetle armor, about 150 damage. But yeah, this, in some cases, this could be the hardest one for you, or this could be the easiest one. If you can deal enough damage fast while using ranged, like say if you're using like the machine gun, or in my case if I'm using the STMG, then I can take them out pretty fast without having to worry about anything. But otherwise, that might be kind of difficult if you're using some ranged. But if you're using melee, like say the Terra Blade or something like that, then it should be fairly simple. You just have to run around, hit all of your shots, and in some cases you can even just stand still like this. Once again, I know that I am using the Zenith. All that this is doing is making this video quicker than what it would be otherwise.
About 9 minutes.
Well, I know it's a somewhat long video, but I'm making it shorter by using the Zenith and such. But yeah, as you can see, I'm already almost down to no more shield phase, where I can just attack the pillar and take on these last few guys. And there you go, pillar.
Defeated. In like 2 seconds.
Yep. And now the crawldipede is after me. What you have to do to beat the crawldipede, to beat the crawldipede, there is, on the back of it, there's a little sort of shiny red button. If you hit it, then you'll do massive damage. Like, in some cases, you'll do up to over 1,000 damage by hitting it. or most of the time you'll hit up to over 1,000 damage by hitting it. You do have to hit it twice, but then again, all that means is that that monster or that creature is 2-shot, so it should be fairly simple. And I'm just gonna come over here, take on the last pillar,
Blue.
the Stardust pillar,
Blue.
the Summoner pillar. Oh yes, I did not get to talking about the Stardust. The Stardust grants it gives you like I said before, it gives you a massive upgrade for if you're a summoner. This is what you want to wear. If you don't know what that means, it means that you rely on your pets and such to beat the battles. And if you have an entire set of it, what it'll do, it'll spawn in a sort of guardian for you. And it'll, in 1.4, it will run up to the enemies and it'll punch them over and over again. Each punch does around about 80 damage, so you really want to wear that. As you might tell by my character, the solar armor gives you a little shield, and for instance right here, if you ram into things, it will blow up and do over 100 damage. So if something hits you, then it'll come over and blow up. And also for the
Like button.
for the vortex armor, what that does, it makes your ranged weapons deal more damage. And for the special ability, if you double tap down, or if you go down twice, then you'll be invisible. Your movement speed will be a little bit slower. But if you are playing with multiple people, it will make the enemies less likely to target you. So you can deal more damage from further away because the monsters aren't targeting you. And yeah.
Pizza time.
If you haven't already and this video has helped you at all, be sure to like and subscribe so that way we know that you do like content like this.
Like button.
You'll know that you've beat all of the pillars and that the boss is coming or the Moon Lord is coming whenever your screen sort of likes to shake like this. So as you can see right here, I have this little box. What I do is I come inside of this little area, and up here is a campfire. Oh yeah, my inventory's a mess. This is a campfire, so you probably know what it does, but it's gonna heal you. And the honey will also heal you, so while you're fighting the Moon Lord, you'll be regenerating. Right here, you might not be able to see it, but it is a heart lantern, so this will also be regenerating you. So you'll be regenerating while fighting the Moon Lord, which really will help. But what you might want to do is at this part you'll most likely have the solar eruption. You would go into one of these corners and use the solar eruption on the different hands. And whenever the main eye opens up, be sure to take out that. But make sure that they're all low. And
Question.
Answer.
What happens if you die while you're fighting the Moon Lord?
If you're fighting the Moon Lord and then
Do you
die,
have to fight all the pillars all over again?
Yes, you have to fight the lunatic cultist and everything else all over again. But if you collect all of so like say I'm right here and then I get really low and this just isn't regenerating me enough. Like say I'm gonna come right up here, I'm gonna let it get me kind of low. You might want to make this sort of close to your house. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take out one of these, or two of these eyes, so that way they can just hit me with laser beams over and over again. But if you do end up getting low, then what you should do, you should make sure that this is somewhat close to your house, so that way if you can't use a healing potion, which in this case I'm not, what you should do, you should come down to the nurse. This is why I'm saying have it close to your house. Come down to your nurse,
It's killing everyone in your house.
It's fine. The nurse can regenerate them. And then just come up to her. And then hit this so that way she can heal you up. And then just fly back up to your arena. Chances are he won't be able to hit you while you're doing this. And then come in here. And then you can just take out Moonlord. Shouldn't be, or it should be kind of difficult. But right here, even if you want, you should stay in the box the entire time. But I'm just gonna do this because it's fun to me. I can get out and then I can just shoot his heart with the SDMG. Or in this case, you might be using the railgun if you haven't beaten the Moonlord yet. But given this does take a long time, so I'm just gonna get inside of this box and take it out with the Zenith. Sometimes it does have some issues where it might not deal as much damage as it should. But that's fine. Sometimes it won't hit, but that's why you would summon in a Stardust Dragon to help you out. But, yeah, it does drop some good stuff. It'll drop you some super healing potions. As you can see from before, I had 3, now I have 7.
Unless you play on console, you don't have the update yet. It won't drop that.
If you play on console or, or mobile, you won't have it. Oh, so he will drop the portal gun, which is pretty cool.
Which is basically
So
a copy of Portal 2.
No, they did a collaboration. So say that you wanted to have a portal right here. If you're playing on console, you would left click right here, and then you would come up to the other area, and then you would right click, and then as you can see, it's just like
Death.
the portal from the game portal.
That's how you do a troll right there.
Okay. And so you'll need this Luminite. You'll go down to your furnace, and then you'll make it into Luminite bars. And then you can use that with the solar fragments and stuff. So that way you can make solar armor. And he does have a lot of drops. Like, say, Meowmere and the Star Wrath are inside of the Zenith. The Terrarian is a drop from him. SDMG, a drop from Moonlord. This is a drop from Moonlord. As you saw, this is a drop from Moonlord. I believe that this is also a drop from Moonlord. Maybe the Phantasm bow is. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that will be all for this video. And bye.
Like.
Leave a like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. Bye.